Hello, everybody. Kimberly Maskey here. And we're going to talk about this really interesting phrase. And the phrase is something we say all the time is how much does it cost? And why that phrase is actually repelling money from you and keeping you broke. So this is an interesting thing. So this idea of how much does it cost, what we're really saying vibrationally is, can I afford it? The idea of even asking why, how much does it cost, is because we want to know, do I have enough in my bank account to cover the thing that I desire? And when we do that, in that very moment of going, I'm not sure if I have enough, is our disconnection to source. And now you might go, but my 3D bank account, there's only so much in there. I only have X amount of dollars. And what happens is when we start to look at the 3D of it and what's in the bank account and saying, but I only have this, we've disconnected from source because we have forgotten who we are. We have forgotten that we are abundant beings. We have forgotten that we are here to be living the life of abundance, that abundance is our birthright. We've forgotten all that. In the moment that we say, how much does it cost? It comes from a lower vibration, from a place of scarcity, because we're not sure if we have enough to do what it is that we desire. So in that moment, you're actually repelling money away from you by saying, how much does it cost? But again, I know you say, but my bank account only shows me so much. What do you mean? Like, I have to know how much it is because I don't want to bounce a check or get that overdraw fee, right? And so it's this weird fine line when it comes to money. Because yes, that's true. You know, there's a bank account, there's all of these things. There is a fee if you overdraw. And that stuff, though, is all tied to the fact that we have a belief system that actually exists. But when we step back for a moment and we realize that we are the creator of our reality, and since we create our reality, we can decide what happens only if our belief system is strong enough to support those things. So if you're like, no, I know there's a bank and my bank account only has so much money in it, then you're right. But if you're like, you know what, I don't have to worry about that because money always just shows up for me and it shows up and I always have abundance, then you're right about that too. So you have to begin to look at what your view about money is. And what's happening is that we've been conditioned to forget the whole concept that we create our reality, that we can create whatever we want. We think like this is the way it is, and because that's the way it is, we do that around money. But when you can kind of sit easy, I call it relaxing into money. When you can relax into money and you stop thinking about it so much, and you stop worrying about it, and you just get excited about your connection with source and excited about the fact that abundance is your birthright. When that starts to happen, then I can pretty much promise you money just shows up. It just shows up because you're not worried about it. You're not thinking about it. You're not like, oh my goodness, like, is there enough? And that again, that whole idea of how much does it cost comes from the scarcity standpoint. And it's just proving that we've forgotten who we are. We forget in that moment of asking how much does it cost? Because when we're sitting in that full trust of source, that God and source is flowing through us and we know that we're covered, we don't worry about that stuff. And we know that source has our back. So there's this idea of taking the word resourceful. And I always say, if you're resourceful, you can figure anything out. We've all been resourceful at one time or another. When there's something we really wanted, we found a way to do it. We found the way to come up with the money. And that idea of resourceful is when you flip it around, it's full of source. So when you are full of source, in full vibrational alignment and trust that source has got your back, that you are full of source, then being resourceful is easy because money will just appear for you if you allow it to. But we're usually spending most of our time blocking the money because we spend too much time looking in the 3D. I was on the phone with someone the other day and she was looking to enroll into the Spiritual Biz Coaching program. And we always ask you guys a question. If you've been on the phone with us, we say, is there anything that prevents you from making this your number one priority? Money, time, anything else? And her response was, well, but you know, things have been a little tight. And I'm like, but you want to be a spiritual leader and yet you're so stuck in the 3D that you're going to not live your dream because things have been tight. And it's like, you have to shift that. You have to shift and you got to shift and know that I can trust into source. I can trust source so much, and I know in every cell of my body that God is, and source is flowing through me, infinite intelligence, universe, whatever word works best for you, that's flowing through you, that you can create your reality, then it becomes easy. It's not meant to be difficult here. It can be very easy, and it's particularly easy if you find a way to create money instead of earn money. Because when you're creating money, you can tap into your divine spark, get an inspiration, and create from that inspiration. And as long as you're in service to others, frankly, you'll never have a need or a want for money if you're in service to others. Just won't happen. Because when you're serving, people want to do an energy exchange with you. They want to give you money. So let's talk about the reframing of the how much does it cost. So let's reframe how much does it cost into looking at how much appreciation do I get to give that person for the thing that I desire? So using the example of joining the Spiritual Biz Coaching Certification Program, if someone really desires to be a spiritual coach, they can see it, they can feel it, they know that that's their calling, they want to get out there, but then they get worried and they go, well, how much does it cost? And like, you're trying to be a spiritual coach, but you're falling out of the vibration of source because you're sitting in scarcity. So let's reframe that. You can say, so how much do I get to appreciate what you've created so that I can be a certified spiritual coach and create a business and thrive financially? Do you see the difference when we reframe that? You can even do that with a regular bill. Just take your electric bill. You get to look at the electric company and be like, how much do I get to, and that's the other key word, that I get to appreciate the electric company for having electricity in my home, which means I get to have the lights on, my computer on, my phone charged, all of that stuff. There's a huge amount of appreciation that goes into that. You get to do that energy exchange, and you get to do that energy exchange. That's the cool part. And when you begin to shift your vibration around money, around those things, game changer. Seriously, a game changer, because you've relaxed into money. You've connected with source. You know that you're abundant, and that the abundance is your birthright. There's no worrying about it. There's no like, I don't know if I have enough. When you're connected to source, you always have enough. It's always there. But we forget that. Because we forget that, we fall into scarcity. So that's how you're going to shift your money beliefs a bit here. We're going to go from how much does it cost to how much do I get to appreciate that person or that thing and do that energy exchange with money to receive the thing that I desire the most. And when you can make that shift, your life will change in an amazing way. And so if you're ready to do this in a really amazing way, I'll share this really cool story. We have a client in Spiritual Biz Coaching who we do a lot of money work in the Spiritual Biz Coaching program, because I can't show you how to create money if you have money blocks. So we're dealing a lot with money issues in Spiritual Biz Coaching. And in the first, I think she's in there been 3 weeks now, without even doing the client stuff that I teach you guys about how to get clients and stuff, without even doing that, just by shifting her vibration around money and doing the exercises that I've given her, she has manifested $5,000. And she's created that money in each instance by serving someone and not expecting to get paid for it. And in each instance, these people have paid her, and she's created abundance of $5,000 in the past month just around doing the money work that we do in the Spiritual Biz Coaching program. So if you're ready to shift your vibration around money and then be able to use your gifts to create money, which means to create a spiritual business so that you can create money and stop earning it, which means someone else is paying you a paycheck, but where you are in charge of your income and you are in control of it at every moment, and you are able to vibrationally create and build a business and serve on this planet so you will always have abundance, private message me or leave a comment below and we can talk about the Spiritual Biz Coaching program, because that is how you will always be abundant, and that was how you will change lives on this planet. I'll see you guys in the next video.